positive side of the bad stuff. I'm Leslie Pogue, your host, and this week it's me. But this week we are talking about apologizing to yourself. I was watching some old Will and Grace episodes, for those of you who love the 90s, and there was an episode where Will had trouble speaking in front of a camera, and so he went to Jack's on-camera class, and the exercise was to apologize, or to say I'm sorry. That's what it was. It was to apologize and to say I'm sorry to someone who has wronged you. But the instruction was to not act it out. You know, don't be an actor. Like, really feel the emotion and feel the feelings. And so Will, for those of you who are familiar with the show, Will got up and he had a hard time at first, but then he crossed his arms in front of him. I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, he crossed his arms in front of him, and he just, in the very soft voice, was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm so hard on you. I'm sorry that I give you such a hard time. I'm sorry that I expect so much from you. I'm really sorry. And so the acting instructor asked him who he was talking to, and he said himself. And it got me thinking, what do you need to apologize to yourself for? Are you hard on yourself? Do you push too hard? Do you not forgive yourself? Do you use a lot of negative self-talk, like, you know, you're fat or you're lazy or whatever, and you say that to yourself? Are you still holding yourself not accountable, because I guess you should hold yourself accountable, but are you still blaming yourself for something you did in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s? You know, what is it, or what few things do you need to sit back and forgive yourself? Literally, like literally say, I'm sorry to you for. Now, we say I'm sorry all the time. Sorry has lost all meaning, quite honestly. People say I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. They bump you or whatever. Or they don't even bump you. I love it when people say I'm sorry and you're the one that's in the way. Like, they're just trying to get something, and it's a shared space, but then they'll apologize for doing what they have the right to do. Don't say I'm sorry, say excuse me. You know, I mean, I don't understand. But that's the thing. We throw words around. I'm sorry, I love you, I hate this. I mean, we use these words, but words have so much meaning. And we have used them to the point where they have lost all meaning. So this week, I really want you to sit back and think about, what do I have to apologize to myself for? And so with this show, I want to give you homework. I know, me no Leslie. Oh, there I go. See, I know, right? Words have meaning. I'm not mean. I love you. That's why I'm giving you homework. But I want you to sit down and really think about your life. Think about the great things that have happened to you, but also think about the things that not so great. But not that other people have done to you, but that you have done to yourself. I want you to sit back and think about the things that you continually beat yourself up about, blame yourself for, critique about yourself. You're beautiful. I don't care if you are a size 2 or a size 200. You are gorgeous because you're alive. And I know that sounds corny and all of that, and I even when I hear it on TV, I roll my eyes. But at the end of the day, it takes courage to live to be 70, 80, 90, 108. It takes courage to continue in life, because life is challenging, but life is amazing. And when you find your lane and you stay in it, venture out every once in a while, you know. But when you find your lane, life is not only amazing, but it's joyous and exciting and exuberant and happy. And that's what you want to strive for. You want to release all the blame. So your homework is this. Again, here I go, queen of the lists. You need to make a list of the things you are still blaming yourself for. And nothing is too small. Even if you have like a black toenail that you got a month ago, and every time you put on your shoes or your socks or your stockings, you look at that toe and go, man, I hate this black thing. I'll be glad when it falls off. Stop. But that goes on the list because it's negative. So anything you are constantly critiquing, you know, remarking on, holding yourself accountable, nothing is too big either. You don't have to share your list with anyone. So if you want to release a big old deep dark secret, let it go. Because you can't unring that bell. You can't change the choices you made when you made them. You made the choices you made with the information you had at the time. And even if in that moment you consciously made a selfish choice, again, you can't unscramble that egg, you can't unring that bell. It is what it is, it did what it did, and it's gone. So get over it. And you may never fully get over it because it's a part of your history. And that's the thing. It's in the history book, so it's there. When you go back through the pages, it's there. But at minimum, forgive yourself for it. Say, I'm sorry for the things that you still hold yourself accountable to that you have more than made up for, I'm sure. And if you haven't, I'm going to need you to work on that. I'm going to need you to start doing some good in the world. Okay? But start here. Start with you. This week, I'd like you to think about you, which is what I usually have you do anyway. But more than that, forgive yourself. Say, I'm sorry. So make your list of the different things that you're still hanging over your own head and find a way to release it. Some tips that I've used in the past to release it is, again, planting a seed for every item that you have, and hopefully something good will grow from that. If you are not a planting person, if you don't have a green thumb, I know I don't. If you are that kind of person, then get a balloon for each thing. You can choose the color. Try not to, well, white actually is kind of good because it kind of releases it, but go darker, like use red, because it's something that you're blaming yourself for, something that's bad, 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 and red is associated with that, and you want to release the bad. So get something that is significant to you, or maybe there's a color that is directly related to the thing you're trying to release. Think really hard and deep and true. Hear your own truth about everything. And take this time to just let it go. But here is the most important part. Once you let it go, once you have forgiven yourself, that's it. There's no more complaining about that black toenail. There's no more going back and rehashing that story over and over and over again. There's no more of that. So let it go. Give yourself permission to release it. And also, stand in front of the mirror. Look at yourself and say your name. Fill in your name. I'm going to say Leslie, but fill in your name. Leslie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for blaming you for fill in the blank. For me, when I did that exercise, I said, I'm sorry for being so hard on me. That's why I related to the episode, actually. I'm really hard on myself. So I said, I'm so sorry for being hard on you. I'm so sorry for pushing you when you're tired. I'm so sorry for, making you feel like you're not a genuine authority on what you do. I'm sorry for doubting your knowledge and all the gifts that you bring to other people. I'm sorry for doubting that and making you feel as if you're a fraud and making you feel like you don't belong and like you're not at that level. I'm so sorry for making you feel that way. You are an amazing being and you offer so much. So I'm so sorry. for doing that to you, and I won't do that again. So take that moment to genuinely look yourself in the face, in the mirror, eyes open, face to face, and just say, I'm so sorry. And apologize to yourself for the things that you do and say to yourself. Because we can be pretty hard on us. But at the end of the day, as long as you're getting up every day, contributing to the world, and doing your best in it, that's all you can do. All right. Well, that's all there is this week. Make sure you subscribe at the positive side of the bad stuff here on YouTube. Make sure you check out my website at www.thehabitofhappy.com and see all the great things that are coming up. And let me tell you, there's some great stuff coming up in 2018, so check it out. I will give you a little teaser right now. I have just been asked to be a columnist for E, which is the magazine for female executives, so look out for that information coming soon. Yay! And please do your homework. Love you, make sure you take care of you, and always apologize to you. And so until next time, go be